think it's not gonna work. Something tells me. Let me see. Would this work? Yeah, Firefox just told me that it blocked 5,000 trackers from YouTube or something. I think it's not just YouTube because YouTube cannot possibly have 5,000 trackers. Okay. Let me see if YouTube Studio is dumb enough. Something tells me it is. But please, let's see. Uh, oh, okay. I think it is dumb enough. Oh, is it? There you go. All right. You just had to click a button. As if, okay, I'll watch the VOD later. I'll see if it's actually dumb or what. Alrighty. So, with that, we can start doing something. Let me see here. I have 0 viewers. That is totally fine. Close the YouTube Studio because I don't need it. And let's probably do a few things. Really? What happened? OBS. The heck? Oh, there it is. There you go. It's really low. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Okay, makes sense. All right, so we're ready. We are ready. We are not gonna work on MVC today because I have some emergency homework that I have to do. But it's gonna be close enough. It's gonna be close enough. Based on the fact that there is not a single person who knows how to code, as far as I understand, this is gonna be close enough. This is actually kind of related to MVC. And for those of you who are new to this channel, MVC is Minecraft Version Control, which is the project that I'm working on right now. It is kind of a work in progress. It's very much a work in progress. It's not even close to even being like started properly. I have a few things done, but eh. So I have some homework that I have to do. Emergency homework, as it turns out, because this was supposed to be done like a few days ago. Actually, no. Actually, it's not an emergency. Anyway, point is, I have to do this stuff, but it is using a Curses menu, a package that I got, and it is actually pretty good. It's pretty good. So here I have what the kind of the task is, and I'm gonna show you real quick what the thing can do. Oh, what did I do? So this is the application. Got some stuff here. We can exit out of the app, and we can also select something, and then we can exit, but then it works out the entire thing. So I'm just gonna click 5, enter. I'll quit. So I will admit it is a little bit broken right now because of this. We're gonna fix it. We are gonna fix it. So the reason why the reason why I'm doing this homework is because, of course, I need to do the homework. But the reason why I'm streaming it is because we need to learn more of this curses menu. Specifically, the thing that I don't understand is how in the world do you get an item that was selected in the menu? How do you do that? I printed the type of this, the return type here. It does not tell me. So I'm gonna have to do some searching around to find out how in the world do you get the menu item that's selected in this menu. I mean, like say I select something, how am I gonna know that something is selected? All right. Um, Let me do one thing. I'm gonna grab a water bottle real quick. All right, and now I'm back. Here we go. So let's see. The first thing I have to do is I have to get this stuff a little bit better sorted out. So right now, the thing that I'm doing is I am basically having something like a database of sorts. So the task in this homework is to get some input, and then based on that input, you have to uh, make some output. And there's like a menu system you have to make. Now, this doesn't have to be a very complicated menu, but you gotta do it. And also, you just have to do like two things. The first one is the menu. It can be as simple as like literally calling like a function through REPL. It doesn't matter. But the most important thing is you have to make a class that mm, will have all the functionality of the application in this class, or at least maybe instead of having like a class, having it in functions or something, this kind of stuff. Now, the first time I did this homework, and I scrapped it entirely because it was just so dumb. The first time I did it, it was I took a one second, gotta hydrate. The first time I did it is I designed some really weird stuff, like weird class hierarchy, and I didn't like it because it was so hard to find something, to find any kind of data. And I decided, no, not this is not gonna work because it didn't work, and we're redesigning it. So I am making a database right now. So what I did is I made two, actually three files. Uh, This file here contains one database, or better, let's say one table in a database. There is another file I'm gonna show you. I think it's called revenue. Yeah, there you go. This is another file. We'll add more data to it later. In fact, I'm not really willing to fill in this data manually. I'm willing to make a form where I can fill in this data. And so later, I should have drank more water when I got that cup of coffee. Well, point is these are like two databases basically, revenue, and then we have this other one which has the subsidiaries of some company. And that there are two subsidiaries in this region and in this region, and I just call them by their first letters that you can kind of contract like this. So this first thing here, this is a UID of the subsidiary, like a primary key. This is the region, this is the name, and for now it's this weird stuff. I'll probably find some real company that has like multiple um, um, what is it called? Multiple subsidiaries, and we'll see what I can name these. And then there's also this number. This is the number of employees at this particular subsidiary. And then this one, wait, not this one. This one is basically, this is the first one is a UID. The second, I think, I actually don't remember. I mean, we can open up the spreadsheet. We can see. So the first one is the ID, then the months. I'm looking at it right here. This is the subsidiary ID. In this case, we're using the very first one with the UID of 0, or the primary key. This is actually a foreign key, but in our simple database with CSV files, it's a it's an ID. Anyway, point is, and next is the amount of item that they have sold and the price that this item has cost, like per one piece. And so we have a bunch of queries that we have to write. We have to write basically these 4 queries. And I will write all of them as functions probably, or maybe a class. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Now, the way that I did it before is I had this subsidiary which had basically these things without the ID though. It had like a region, a name, number of workers, and then it had a list of all the months and like the amount and the price. The issue was that there was no way of, like, it was really hard to find um, specific values because you had to go through all of the subsidiaries and you have to search for, like, say, a specific month to pull up the data on that month, and that was a problem. So then I decided, let's make it a table where we just log, okay, it's month number 2, which is February, and this subsidiary with this ID had made this much revenue, and blah blah blah. There is one little issue though, and that is the fact that if we don't have a region here, we don't have a region, like a region key, but that's fine. We can pull up um, a list of all the subsidiaries that are in a specific region, and then just log their IDs, and then check if the ID is in this list. So should be pretty easy. Or maybe instead of, nah, it's gonna be faster to pull up a list first, just not to compare every single one. Yeah, that'll be faster. All right, so let's make these queries. So the first query, and I know that there is not a lot of data. I will probably, what I'll do is I'll just do a copy, and I'll paste it in, and I'll change this to subsidiary 1, and I'll paste it in again, change it to subsidiary 2, and paste it in again, and change this to subsidiary 3. There you go. And I think these are, yeah, there's just 0, 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay. Oh, wait, we have to change the UID as well. So 1, let's go all the way to the top. 2. To be honest, here I would probably, instead of having these UIDs, nah, it's good. It's better to have these. Okay. All right. So the first thing we have to do is we have to make list. Let me see here. 1 second. My apologies. Okay, let's keep going. So we're gonna do this. Good. So here's what we have to do then. We have to make a thing that will do this. That will do this for us. Basically a database class. So inside of here, I will create this class called database, and it's gonna have an init. I'm gonna write this myself instead of using the one that's in the data class. So def init self, and this will also need a what do you call self and let's see, self and string. Let's call this file name, and that will open this database. And it has to go through several stages. Basically, the first stage is the reading of that file. So we have to use the CSV reader. So CSV dot reader from that file name. So we get the thing, but here's a thing. We have to call open file name, and new line equals quotes. Okay, and after that, once we open it, we have to validate the database. The way we validate it is we checks that the UID is the same, and I think these are going to be KV args keyword arguments. So we're gonna say KV args ID, and it's gonna be a string. Actually, not a string. It's gonna be an enum, an integer enum. By the way, I don't know why this is an integer enum when this should be an int flag. And we're gonna say ID. I think this is the way you do it. And you have to assign the CSV reader to database equals CSV.reader. How do we get a thing from there? Let's see. Sub in subdb. Oh, it's like a list. Oh, okay. Database. And now let's say, okay. So we're gonna say database okay. Oh wait, I'm not actually fuck. Oh, this happened to me before. I'm not actually showing anything. Okay, I just wrote this. This is the only thing I did. So database, actually for every um, row in database, we're gonna say row kvargs, and we're gonna cast it to an int. And if that fails, it's gonna throw an exception. That's fine. That is fine. We're not gonna catch that exception. We're just gonna let it explode. Um, so kvargs id, and this, we're gonna make sure that it's unique. The way we're gonna make sure it's unique is we're gonna push it back to a list. So we're gonna say IDs equals list, and you're gonna say IDs dot pinned this, but here's the thing. The first, let's see, with this as current ID. Let's see, current ID. Oh, I don't think it will. Let's see if cur ID is not. Let's see, not in IDs. IDs that I pinned cur ID. Okay. Else. Um. Let's see. Let's see what we're gonna do. Python value not unique exception. Just want to know if there is such a let me see. Dun, 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 what the heck is this? Please enter a positive number. I have no idea what the heck is this. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so makes sense. I'm gonna close this thing now. And let's go over here. Let's raise a value error. And we're gonna add a thing that ID is not unique in file name database. Now let's do ID current ID is not unique in file name and database. Okay. Yeah, nice. Pretty nice. Okay, and if that doesn't explode, then we're gonna say that the database is valid. Oh, we'll need this code later. Now that I think about it. Yeah, we'll need this code later. So that means that because we need this code later, let's see, how would we validate this? Hmm. Okay, I'm thinking. Yeah, it's fine. So, now that this is done, okay, well, if it's okay, I'm just gonna say self.database equals database. Pretty sure that's the only thing we have to do as far as checking. But we have to make the validation here. Um, let's make a dev validate ID self and star star. No, let's actually not use KVRX. Let's do ID. Yeah, that actually makes the most sense. Validate ID. Let's take all of this code, put this in here, and here we're just gonna say validate ID with the star star KVRX, basically this. Okay, and this should be an int. I'm not very happy with the fact that it's saying with the fact that it's highlighting ID like this. But this is gonna take an ID. Ah, raise value error ID current ID. Oh, it should wait what? Syntax error. Oh, it has to be a colon, and this should be an F string. Otherwise, not gonna work. And obviously, this is not gonna work either. Let's see what we can do about it. We need to make the actual menu. So let's say we're gonna say that sub db equals database from this file, and this file is appmeta db sub, and the key is subsidiary dot id. Okay. Oh, subsidiary not defined. I actually don't remember. Let's see, spreadsheet.py. Oh, it's sub keys. Where is it? Let's try that again. Init takes two positional arguments, but three were given. Oh, really? Oh, it's ID or name CSV not defined. Let's import CSV. Name database is not defined. Really? Are you kidding me? Oh, we did not pass in a database. Dun, dun. Okay, let's do that before we do this. And we're also gonna say in here self.database attribute error, enter, with row ID as current ID. What? I thought I knew how to use this function, but it turns out I don't. Let me see here. So what does it say in main SumDB database app meta validate ID file name invalidate ID with row ID as current ID attribute error enter. Okay. I think I know why. So let's just, instead of doing this kind of magic, I'm just gonna say current ID is equal to this, and that'll be it. Name IDs is not defined, because I forgot to steal this line and put it in here. Database object is not iterable. What do you mean? Wait, the heck? Wait a second. Self.database current ID equals row ID IDs.append. Where did you try to for sub in subdb? Oh yes. Oh, it is. It is not iterable, so let's do def get item self I, which is an int, and you're gonna return self dot database I. Let's try that. CSV.reader object is not subscriptable. Oh, oh wait. How do I read it here? For sub in subdb. Huh. It's not very good. Yeah. It's like a list of lists, right? So here's what you have to do. You have to then say parsed db equals list. Then for every row in database, parse db dot append row, and here you're gonna assign parse db. Yay! Now I don't know. Okay, it seems like it worked. Didn't explode. I should. Oh wait, it did, because we could get the names. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now I am not very happy with the fact that when we get the item, we are not getting the item by the UID. Also, I think this should be private function. Uh, let's see. Validate ID. Okay. Get item. It's pretty nice. And there is one more thing that I have to do. Because all of the UIDs are unique, we need to return. Let's see, get item. Self.database. Oh, this is how we're gonna do it. Instead of doing the get item like this, we are going to pass in this I, which is gonna be a tuple, and I'm gonna say I0. No, wait, hang on. Self.database I0. Um, okay, let me do it differently. For row in self.database, if row I0 let me think about it. How would I convert a flag to an int? Is there like some kind of utility in Python? Because it would be really cool. Oh wait, how are you gonna do it though? If it's a flag, how do you? It's not a query. Okay, it's just gonna be I0. And here, um, it's gonna be equal I1 Nah, let's do that. Let's do just I1, then return row. So this should... Oh, int object is not subscriptable. What do you mean? Ah, yeah. You have to... Oh, wait a second. There's a problem. There is a problem now. There is a problem, so I would like to know how to fix this problem. Python function overload. Let's see. I want to check if it's possible to somehow um, to overload a function, because if I can overload a function, I can specify one for tuple, one for integer. That'll be pretty cool. Okay. Um, mm-hmm. In the above syntax example, we created a class world with the meta function hello, where we set the first argument to none. A function works in Python. So a function to calculate the area of a square and rectangle. Oh wait, you can just do that. Okay, you can just do that. That's pretty cool. So we're gonna do this, but we're also gonna do this, where it's an int. And here, we're just gonna iterate. Um, instead of doing this, we're just gonna return self.database I. And this should work. Oh, there we go. All right, so we can actually query things now. Let's hope that this will work. There you go. So we can query things. This is pretty cool. And we can also here do something like a print sub db, and kind of want to know if it's possible. Let me comment this out because I'm not a big fan of this menu thing. It's kind of an not really. I would say I would actually write my own menu system because this is not a good package. I don't like it. It's kind of, first of all, it clears my terminal scroll back. If you use curses directly, you can make it so that it doesn't clear the scroll back, as far as I remember, based on my previous experience with curses, which has not been very good, which is why I'm trying to kind of omit using it too much. But let's use print subdb, and we're gonna do also another thing. This menu is fucking slow. It's so slow. Like it takes forever to load another page. It's not acceptable at all. Anyway, point is print subdb, and we're gonna the first one is subkeys dot id. The second one is gonna be say 2. Let's see. Oh, list indices must be integers or slices, not tuple. Wait, what? There you go. That's a tuple right there. List indices might be integers or slices. Let's copy this. Let's see. I just want to know what the slice is. Oh, wait, these are like, I think they are ranges, kinda. Let me see. How do I close you? Please go away. So many advertisement. Are indexed. Why did you not say 0 here? Consider the following list. Oh! What? What are you What? It, hang on. Let me try that again. Look. This is so hilarious. Look. Look. Okay, it loads up. I think it's the same website. Nah, it's not. Look. Look. List indices. Th- What happened? This is so hilarious. Look, I click this link. Oh, I can't. This is too hilarious. Look, 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 look. The page loads. Okay, page loads. I, it's too funny. Look, okay. So there, the page loaded. I'm not gonna touch anything. Actually, I will touch because I think scrolling makes it happen. I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna scroll. I cannot understand why did this happen. What the heck? Oh, something's happening. Wait, what is happening? What is happening? Why is it the... Wait, what happened here? Slash slash span. Did I click something? YouTube? Please, white noise. Yes. Oh, leg. Anyway, you're a useless website. If you do, no, I hate Python websites that post some stuff about Python, and you sometimes read it, and it's like, have you been drugged while you were writing this, or what? Is it possible to have overload functions? Something like, okay, who who texted me? Is it something important? The thing is, there might be something actually important. 1 second. Because you never know those crazy employers. No. Nah, it's some bullshit from Reddit, as usual. Edit for the new single dispatch generic functions. Okay. If there is none. Okay. Uh, what am I supposed to do? Methods hurry could passing a dict. Let's see. Okay, makes sense. So it almost feels like it doesn't understand this entire business, which is sad. Can I overload it so that it's an int, but then there is another thing? Let me do this int and then value. Can I do that? Oh, and it should be equal to none. List indices. Oh, and you have to let's start with this. Okay, good. Now this is if value is not none, return this. Else int object is not. Oh, you fucking Oh wait, is none. Hmm. Can I put in more than one? Oh, there can. Oh, there. It's still a tuple. It is still a tuple. What is happening? It's a tuple. What? Oh, wait. How does it fit into an integer? Is if type of I is int, if type of I is tuple, else raise typer incorrect, type of index, type of okay, returns none. Returns none. Raise key error. Let's raise a key error for now. Hmm. Not found. Let's see. Row I0, subkeys.id, which is a 0, I1, that's a 2. Okay, that's not very good. Dun dun dun. Weird. Weird. By the way, what is the what is the error that's thrown if I put in a 5? Indexer. It'll just keep it consistent. Index error not found. I know a 0 will be there. The heck? Hmm. Are we even reading the right thing? Subdb, sub ID equals subkeys.id. It's a unique ID. Why is it not? Let's print the 0. Mm-hmm. Why so? And this tells me not found. Dun, dun, dun. Not found. ID. Let's call this key. And it's gonna be I0. And we're gonna call the other one, let's see, key, and the other, I have no idea which is the other. What's the other? Value. Yes, value. And let's make it capitalized, because I want it to be capitalized. And that one's gonna be I1. And that's just gonna give us some more understanding of what the thing is. Oh, because it's not an F string. You gotta make it an F string. Key 0, value 0. Oh, nice. Wait, that's exactly what it should be. That is exactly what it should be. Um, 1 second. Okay, let's say I print 0, 0. And do not tell me I'm gonna say equals 0. Please, our... Ah, it's a fucking string. It's a string. So that's why. It's a string. Please. There you go. Okay. That was easy enough. That was easy enough. Now, string. That's not very cool. That is not very cool, but what do you do about it? How do you make this database into a thing? ASMR. No, I'm not doing ASMR today. What is happening? Why is this not the way it should be? This is so confusing. Okay, it makes sense. Can I make a string? Oh, let's then just, because our database is a text database, we're just gonna cast it to a string. See, get item. Yeah, it's a textual database, and we can pass it to 0 then. If we pass in a string 0, should still be the same thing. Yeah, there you go. And what if we pass in something like this? Oh, not found. Value. Nothing. Let's make this quoted. Key 0, value nothing. Okay, but what if we pass in something like name, and we go into our sub.csv, we'll pretty much copy something like this, but our name. Oh, I also want to see the thing fail. Please. Name error. File name is not defined. What the heck? In file name. Oh. Okay. Let's see. I think, no? Where is it? Spreadsheet.py. Now, I will admit it does not tell you where this is. Oh, actually, it does tell you. Kinda. Okay. It's not unique in database. I would say this is an index error. There you go. There you go. Okay. And with this, let's fix the index error. Let's call it 4. And there you go. It prints out the thing. Nice. Nice. Very good. Very good. Let's get rid of it because it's not supposed to be there. Okay. Very good. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So with that, let's do that. Good, good, good. Um, so we can validate the database by the primary key. We are not validating the foreign key, uh, but there is no real point to do that, because if the foreign key is not found, you handle it elsewhere. Now we have to make a controller. The job of a controller is to get an input as a parameter to a function, validate the input type, and then then validate a thing. Let's do the validation. So let me see. So it needs a schema. Do we really need a controller? Kind of wondering how would I make a controller. Eh, not really interested in that stuff. Okay, let's not make controller. Let's make something else. Let's open up the CSV file. I want to make the thing that makes this input easy so that I don't have to input it manually. So let's do that now. So we are gonna need to make... Oh, first of all, let's convert this into database. In 1 second. I'm gonna mute. Alrighty, my people, I'm gonna end stream now because it is time.